Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. On Hot 702.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 7025 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
Hi. Hey.
What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On Hot7025FM.com.
Tune in now on HOT7025FM.com.
Yeah. Jones. Hey. Greg Deville was at it, man. Hey. If you want the real, holla at Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in. We here to help. Now tune in. We here to help. You wanna be a broker, you wanna be broke. You wanna be the joker, you wanna be the joker. You gotta bring more to the table than your hope, dreams, and wishing. I can feed you fish or I can take you out fishing. I can show you the vision, addition and division, mathematic equation. Make the money flip like an acrobatic, amazing. Greg Deville help you build the foundation. I'm saying, if you want the real, holla at Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in. We here to help. Now tune in. We here to help.
All right. That's right. It's Thursday, 3 o'clock. I'm Greg Deville. I want to welcome you to the Let's Talk Real Estate with Greg Deville. But today we're going to talk about renewable energy. I want to talk to you because, by 2050, we're expecting Nevada to go green. Renewable energy is solar on your property, not looking at dirty energy. They call dirty energy the energy we have now, which goes through the plants, and you see the refineries, and you see all the smoke that puts into the airways. So what we're talking today is renewable energy. The benefits of having renewable energy, the benefits of having solar on your property. Why would I want solar? What is the benefit for me having solar? Well, let me first say, stop renting power from NV Energy. You're renting power just like you're renting apartments and houses, and some of you renting cars. You're renting power. You're renting power in the sense every month you pay this power bill with no ownership. And whenever they feel as though they want to increase the rate, like the landlord does in many cases, without notice, they will mention to you, not that they thought about it, but that they're doing it. They're not seeking your permission. They're not asking your thought. They're not even concerned about if you can afford it. Because they can. Someone said, well, why do they raise rent? Because they can. We have today in our society where oftentimes landlords go buy a new car, raise your rent by $300 or $200, helps them pay the car off. I mean, hey, by the way, you're paying off the mortgage. Why not help me pay off the car? I'm just saying. Something to make you say, Because at this point in time, you need to understand that renewable energy is going to happen whether you want to or not. By 2050, there are 5 states who have already surrendered. Nevada being one, Puerto Rico, Maine. These states have agreed that by 2050, we will be going green. So that means you're seeing solar on your neighbor's house. You might as well get on board. Now is a great time because as it is right now, there is no upfront cost. And you will be getting out of renting energy. You're producing your energy. So we live in a wonderful sunny state where it allows for so much sun that the energy that you're producing stays with your home. We have new technology today that affords you to have a battery pack. Now, this battery pack will be in your garage where you store unused energy, right? This renewable energy, you're storing whatever you don't use throughout the day. Instead of it going back to NV Energy and at the end of the year, they're giving you a credit. Now you have it a battery pack by choice in your garage, which allows you to go forward. Let's say the power went out in the city. What's the advantage? Now I just go turn my own power on. I got my own renewable energy right there at home. So the city might be out, but I'm lit. I still got my MSNBC. I still got my ESPN. I still got the game going on because the game is still going on. But I want to pause right here for a moment and just say our heartfelt condolences to the families who have lost a loved one at the UNLV mishap on yesterday. Very sad situation from a professor. Who would have ever thought that a person that has gone this high the rankings to become a professor has so got in their minds that you would take others because you're miserable? And so we want to take a moment and a pause for those families. I just want to take a moment. Would you do that with me? Just take a moment for those families. We appreciate you all and continue to pray for those families, those that are recovering and those that have to deal with not seeing that loved one again. And I want to also make note is that this is a time of year that many families are missing their loved ones. And so we just want to say a word of prayer in our hearts for those families who are struggling at this time for loved ones. This may be their first Christmas without them. And as I can say, my mother and my father have gone on, and I've had to learn to deal with that. I was raised with my father, so over time it gets easier to deal with. So you try to think of the good memories, okay, and remember those times. All right. So just wanted to do that because I felt that in my heart to share where I'm at in this whole thing, because it was a terrible news. But now I want to go to another note and say happy holidays. This time of the year is a beautiful time of the year. We want to celebrate. I'm going to ask you to be with your family and your friends and just have a great time as much as you can. Don't be alone. Get with your neighbors. Hey, look, you can go to you know what? I have neighbors who, if they knocked on my door and said, man, I really need some company. Come on in, man. Let's watch a game. Let's watch something. Let's go to a movie. But this is a time, if you know someone that's by themselves, this is a good time to get together and invite them out. Invite them to your family functions. You all have large families. Invite them out regularly, not just one time, but throughout the season. All right. All right, let's do that. So now we've gotten that disclosure and disclaimer out. Want to continue talking about renewable energy. The renting of power from NV Energy is what you're doing. Like I always say as a real estate professional, is that you're renting a house means you'll never own it. So when you're renting NV Energy, you'll never own that. So can you imagine? I want you to just take a moment, think about having solar and you pay it off. Now, I put solar on my home back in January, and I'll tell you, I haven't gotten a bill yet because we're producing our own energy. So at night, of course, solar doesn't work without the sun, but we're producing enough during that time that at night we're probably home from 6 to maybe 9 o'clock, 3 hours. But the majority of the day, the sun is producing energy with our solar panels. So I want to make sure that you understand you'll never own NV Energy, but you can own your solar panel. And it's much like buying a car, right? Now it's spread out over 25 years. Not like a car is like 60 months, 5 years. Maybe they'll go to 72 months sometimes. But you're buying something that will continue to add value, because understand this, having solar on your property increases your value 20 to 30,000 advance increase on your value. Just having solar. So I want to make sure that I'm getting that out, is that first off, there's no money down up front. No upfront cost for solar. So here's a great, now some people are paying cash and just buying it right out. Can you imagine owning your own solar? Not needing NV Energy. You've got a battery backup. You're producing it in the sun. You don't have an NV Energy bill, but you will have a connection fee, which is like $12, $13, $15 for the power to be brought to your home. But when it comes to the usage of power, you've got your solar and you've got that renewable energy that you're doing for yourself with the backup battery enhancement. So these are the things that we want to make aware in our community, because many times we're the last to know. We're the last to know. Now, I'm working with Power Source Solar. There are several finance companies that we can connect you with that will allow for you, watch this, that will allow for you to have a lower credit score, not below a 600, but about a 600. One of the problems that we ran into with some of the other companies that I've been interviewing with is that they're requiring this 650. So if you got a 649, you just don't qualify. And so sometimes you may only have a 630, but you own the house. I don't understand that whole concept that you have to have a FICO of a certain amount if they're going to attach it to the home. If it's a lien on the house, you can't sell the house without paying off the lien. But now remember, when you buy or when you lease this option, because you can purchase or lease, there is a tax incentive that's available for those that qualify. Guess what? If you're not tax exempt, you are allowed to get up to $15,000 tax incentive. Now, you have an option. You could use that tax credit to buy down, watch this, buy down your solar so that you could pay it off sooner. Whereas it's $35,000, put 15 on it, you owe $20,000. And then you work to pay that off. Cars cost more than that. So let's say you throw $600 a month at it. You try to knock it out. Why? Because you want to have that bill done. You're not paying. Because remember, when you get solar, you're doing away with the NV Energy because you're using solar now. The sun and the renewable energy is what you're using. So I want to make sure that I'm getting that out very clear, because by 2050, Nevada expects to go green. Now, we've got some time. Maybe you say, well, Deville, I don't even own a house yet. Well, that's fine, because I'm here to help you get to home. But when you get to home, I want to also help you get solar energy, renewable energy. It's very important that we take the time and understand it's no upfront cost. It's like getting a car with no money down. It's like getting a house with no money down. You're getting solar with no money down, saving the unexpected cost that NV Energy rises on us at any given moment. I mean, next month you can get a bill saying, well, 2024, we're increasing it. Listen, they've increased since 2021 by 54.2%. They crept it out there. Nobody really paid attention to it, right? We really didn't even, we just paying our bills. We realized everything went up, right? But we did. Man, I'm telling you, everything has gone up. So they slipped NV Energy in there. They slipped the water bill in there. Can you imagine with this solar having no energy bill? Now you're on a fixed rate. It's like purchasing a home with Deville Realty. Your rate is fixed. You're not adjustable. You're not guessing what next year is going to be. We don't do adjustable rate mortgages anymore. We don't do, those are called ARMs back in the day. We don't have predatory lending, right? Interest only loans. Now, there are some interest only loans for savvy investors. For those of you, let's say because I use them when I buy a flip, right? When I purchase a flip, that's right. I'll use the money, hard money, knock it out, give it back, and walk away with the profit, right? Using somebody else's money to make it happen. But we're getting it done. So those are available, but not for home ownership. The law has since changed that home ownership has to be a fixed rate, because there was too many crashed properties, or in the crash of the market, properties were upside down in value. Now, again, this is a safe place that we're in right now. So let's talk about first-time home buyers who get into a home for your fixed rate. So you know where that mortgage is going to be for the next 30 years. Well, when we talk solar, it's the same scenario. You're going to know where that payment, that NV Energy has $13, but your payment is for solar, not for power. That renewable energy, you're producing that. But what's happening now is you're paying off the panels, which gives you the energy. So that's what we want to talk about. If you're a church and you're buying your building or you own the building, or you're buying your home, or you own your home, you can get, listen, one of the great advantages to the solar is that there's no upfront costs, as I mentioned. It's a free value estimate to tell you what the unit would cost, right? How much am I going to pay? How long am I going to pay it? Remember, it's a 25-year lease term. Well, lease or purchase, 25 years. But keep in mind, you have a tax incentive when you purchase. Or you could do the lease option. Now, we talk lease option more so for those who are tax exempt. Because what benefit would it be to have $15,000 tax credit? You're exempt from filing taxes. So just want to make sense of everything that we're doing when it comes to renewable energy. Also, the new technology, as I mentioned to you, has that battery backup. So can you imagine living off the grid in the sense you're not getting, you pay this thing off, you own it like your car. Many of us don't have car notes. We just own it. We just pay the insurance on it. And the advantage is it comes with a 25-year warranty. You can go with an extended warranty, and you can also add a rider on your insurance as your homeowner's insurance. So if this thing costs you $35,000, add it as a rider. So God forbid something would happen to the house, your panels are covered up to whatever you put that rider to be, so that you can have that replaced on the property. Now, when we talk about having solar, and let's say many people are talking about, well, you have a hard time selling your house. Stop listening to people that they're not professionals. They're just people that hear things in a break room. They're just reiterating what they've heard. That's not true. I sell many homes with solar. The only difference, the home with solar and without solar, is the buyer has to qualify to take over the payments. Now, maybe the first buyer didn't qualify for it, but the third or second one did. That's the only hiccup, is finding. So what we do is when they make an offer on the house, we let them know that you need to contact the solar and qualify like you did for the loan for the solar. You pick up wherever they leave off. Now, some folks have decided that they want to pay the solar off when they sell their home. Now, the company that I am marketing with, we have no prepayment penalty. Also, there's no due on sale clause. Now, when we talk about the due on, now my shows are about education. We talk about the due on sale clause means that once you sell it, the payment in full is due. We're not talking that. That's an option you have to pay it off or to walk away. Let them take over where you left off. So it is possible. Unlike many that say, well, getting so, listen. People who talk like that, in many cases, don't even own a home. Many people who talk like that, in many cases, they can't qualify for the solar, so they try to downplay it. And those of you that have installed solars on your home and you're having a bill, let me explain what happened there. See, and I was talking to a family last evening, and they were saying how friends of theirs installed the solar, and they put just enough that accommodated the two of them. And they had guests that moved in for a month, and that was more power used. They got a bill because they only went the capacity of the two of them and what they use. Versus if you need 25 panels, it doesn't hurt to go to 27, 28 for unexpected use, right? So for instance, I know I'm buying a Tesla. I'm cashing me out of Tesla, and I'm having a pool installed. So I know that with those, it's going to add capacity to my system. So let me do it now in advance so that if I know I'm doing those things, I have enough capacity. And that's the thing that people aren't educated. The reason you're getting a bill is because you got just enough. And maybe the agent that you work with didn't know to tell you that you got, because remember, here's how it's going to work. So when you sign up with us, we need to see your yearly, your annual use, right? What is your average annual bill? Average. You can call NV Energy right now and say, what is my average use of energy? And they'll tell you what your average is, right? You can call it on anybody's house. What's the if you're buying a home, you want to know what is the average cost per month for this home. On average, it's about $150 a month, right? When they average it. Now, remember, summer months are higher, but winter months are lower. But when they take an average of that, then they give you what an average is. So now, if we know average, and that's just what how many lived in the house, we can't afford to bring 4 other people in or 3 other people in because we're using more than we allotted for. So that makes us get a bill. You can always add to your panels. Let's say your family grows, because you don't want to have a NV Energy bill along with the solar panel bill. It just means you need to add. You can add panels to your existing system. Contact the company of which you purchased it with. Go outside. It'll tell you the company there. Contact them and tell them you like to add service panels to accommodate what you're doing at home. Right? That's simple as that. Somebody said, I didn't know that. Well, I meet people all the time that, again, what I found out is that if I can get information and educate the community, that makes me more valuable. And so if I can assist you, my contact information is 702-349-0162. Contact me. Pick my brain. And what I don't know, I have someone that can give it to me. Right? I have a mentor that I contact who is above me that gives me information. And so, I call him throughout the week because someone may ask me something. I say, hey, by the way, and I ask him questions all the time. He says, man, you ask questions. That's good. I said, well, there's things I want to know because I do radio talk shows. And so I want to stimulate and empower the mind of the people and make you think, what, this renewable energy is really, man. And probably you're sitting somewhere right now. And if you look to your left or your right, you may see some solar panels going down your street. I assure you there's a couple panels, if not your neighbors on both sides of you already have it. So why not share the business with a black realtor marketing rep for solar? I'm just saying, work with me. I'd love to work with you. You're going to get the same treatment that everyone else gets. But if we want to work with companies and see our people prosper and grow, we have to work with one another. Don't be the crab in the bucket. And it saddens me to say, but there are some black people that think white people ice gets colder. Can't say why it is so, but it is so. Have I seen it? Absolutely. Am I against it? Absolutely. Because the same product that I'm selling, the other guy is selling the same product. As a real estate broker, I sell the same house that's on the market that he showed. It's the best man that wins. Because he doesn't have any houses that I don't see. I have access to everything he has access to. When it comes to the multiple listing service, he has, because his office in Summerlin. I got an office in Summerlin. I got an office in Henderson. I got an office in North Las Vegas Centennial. It doesn't make him no more. In fact, many of those realtors out there are very young, novice, just starting out. But they look like they're smart. They got in and learned a little lingo. Let me say this to you. I've been in the real estate industry for over 42 years. I'm nearly 60 years old now. I've been around the block more than one time. Yeah, more than one time. So I'm just saying it. So to make you understand, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm trying to help you and empower you with knowledge. Because there are many who are selling solar, selling it for the money. There are many who are selling real estate for the money. It's not about money. It's not about the money. Money gonna come. It's about educating, empowering my community so that we know better, so we can what? We can do better. Because renewable energy, whether you like it or not, is here to stay. So you can get on board or procrastinate and say, you know what, I should have got it then. Who knows what the changes are going to be? But I know it's getting for the better. But it's no upfront cost. So I'm giving you so as your real estate broker professional that owns the largest black real estate firm in the state of Nevada, I'm giving you a house with no money down. Then when we get the house, I'm going to sell you solar with no upfront cost, no money down. Who do you hear going on radio talking about this stuff? Everybody's trying to sell something. I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I'm giving you no upfront cost items. Houses, solar, renewable energy. I'm giving you what's out there that someone else may not be able to explain it. The benefits. There are downsides to everything. Is that right? Yes, they are. Sure they are. But I'd rather look at the upside and understand by 2050, renewable energy in Nevada is going to be green. We're going green. So get on board. And if you're just renting, now let me say this to those of you that are landlords and you own property. Now, understand, you got a tenant in the house. Remember, solar adds value to your home, some up to $20,000 to $30,000 increased value. Now, let me just add this food for thought to the landlord. You got a tenant paying the mortgage. So why don't you have solar on the property and let the tenant pay that too? So they would be doing you a favor as well as themselves. How would this favor help them? Well, it would give them an equal monthly payment. So let's say, for example, your monthly bill to have solar on that rental house is $160 a month just to have the solar. Well, you can rent that house and put that $160 into the rent, saying your power bill is all included. Right? And any overages. Now, again, you want to get a unit that has more capacity than usual, because you don't know what the next tenant may use as far as when it comes to usage. So you can block out $200. But if you tell me you're going to rent me a house, right? And you say, well, Deville, your monthly bill for your power is included. Well, that's what hotels do. They have one bill. So the house will have the solar, which you own, but they're paying it off. Now, eventually it'll be paid off, and you own a house with no energy bill. Now they're paying you to use your energy. Why? Because you own the solar. Come on, Deville. Give me that residual income idea, man. Put it on all your property. Let the tenants pay it off. Now, those of you that have real estate and you have equity in your home, what can you do with the equity? Get into residual income. Well, how do you do that, Deville? We're talking about taking that equity from that home, making it, well, let me give the examples. Talking to a gentleman last week. He says, man, I paid off my house. I said, what, you really? Oh, okay. So what are you doing with the equity? He says, my home is paid for. I said, so, and he retired. I said, so you don't have any residual income? I said, well, take the equity out of that, put it in a fourplex, a 10-unit building, and let them pay it off. And the mortgage or the HELOC that you took out of the equity. He thought, I could do that? I said, where you located? His home value is about $500,000. You can get up to 80% of $500,000. 80% of $500,000. Do the math. Right? Guess what? You don't need money. You're comfortable. But you need your money to make money for you. It's called residual income. So how am I going to take a house that's free and clear, that I have $500,000 asset right here, but it's not making me any money? Why am I worrying about paying it off when I need to get equity and flip my money? Shh. That's all I'm saying. Flip your money. Now, I'm from the streets of South Central. We used to flip money back in the day. Yeah, we used to get into the, yeah. You know. So, I'm still in the flipping business. I just changed my product, right? I'm still flipping, baby. I'm still in the business, but I'm teaching it. I'm teaching people how to take what you have and let it work. And the term that I use for my real estate company is creating wealth through equity. How are you going to do that? I need some more information. I got some questions, Mr. Deville. I'd love to speak with you more. 349-0162. I'd love to talk to you about some opportunities that are available. I have a minimal consultation fee. We could sit down and do some game plans, some strategies, strategize. What's your next move? Because let your next move be your best move. People worrying about paying off a house, but you let the equity go to waste. You don't let your money make money. How do we do that? How do we just pay off a house and we don't let our money make money for us? At some point, we got to understand the game. People do it all the time. Well, I just don't want to have a mortgage. Well, let somebody else pay it. Well, how do I do that? Take the equity out. Go get some investment. Not a house. Not a house. I am not for you buying another house to get a mortgage. I'm talking about residual income like a 10-unit building that has an income that not only pays off the mortgage, but it also gives you an income every month in your pocket. The wealthy have gotten rich. A former president through real estate. Just generational wealth. Handed down. Would you like to hand down an inheritance of wealth that your children can live with and on while you're gone? Imagine the Rockefellers, the Kennedys, they're living on wealth, man, that started years ago, but they've made valuable assets. And we, in my community, we get comfortable with paying off a mortgage. Why? Because nobody told us the advantages that are available to us by stepping out on faith and working with what we have and busting a move till something happens. We've got to stop looking to just pay a mortgage. We've got to stop looking to just retire. Do you know the statistics of people that retire from the job? Statistics show 60% don't make it past 5 years after retirement. They pass on. Because once you shut your body down, your body's used to moving. Retired people do what? They sit a lot. So that's why they say, get something to do. So why not it be an investment in real estate? Why not become your own handyman, buy you something, a fixer-upper, and take a project? And if you don't know how to do it, Google's got to show me how plan. I'm just saying. I needed to do something the other day, and I didn't want to pay the guy to do it. He didn't have the time. So I said, you know what, man, I'm going to do this myself. And I went to Google. I said, Google, how do you do what it was that I was trying to do? They gave me 5 or 6 videos, and I watched each one. And each one said the same thing. Guess what? I did it and got it done. It's done. Bam. Just like that. So why do you sit here and say, well, I'm just working to retire? Really? You working to retire? Why not start that business while you're preparing to retire? Start kind of aiming toward that other little business you always really wanted to do, whatever that might be. But don't go sit down on your seat or do nothing and do nothing. Do something. Create another income. You have an income? Create another one. Let it become residual. But again, I'm on the renewable energy today. But I love educating. I love giving reasons why wealth is important and how to attain it. That's where I'm at. That's my passion. So if I can help you, now I want to talk to those of you. I want to stay on renewable, but I just got this email in my brain to talk to those of you who are in foreclosure. Now, I've been noticing foreclosures are on the rise. I want to help you get out of trouble. Save that equity. If you lose that home and there's $100,000, $200,000, I just got a lady $145,000. She was losing the home. They did everything but give her a sale date. Because once you get a sale date, that property is almost for sure going to be sold on that date. Unless you get a Greg Deville who can come out and get you a postponement of sale. This is what I do. But we have to do a pre-foreclosure sale. Sell it before they foreclose. Call Greg Deville. I've been doing it for years. I started selling real estate in Las Vegas in 2005. But I've been in real estate over 42 years. I come from the flip side of real estate. I come from properties in trouble, buying those homes from people at the auction. Investors. I started out with investors. Now I'm the investor. I started out with a team who had to help me get the home, and then I do sweat equity. And then we split the profits. Humble beginnings. But today, I've got a different level of knowledge that I want to impart to my community on how to get wealthier by more than just going to work. You will never, hear me well, you will never get rich working at another man's job. You get just over broke. You get just enough to keep you coming back. Just enough to pay your bills. Just enough. But if you're smart and you're savvy, you will take equity from your home, create another income. I don't care if it's another business. Because somebody does what you like, what you have passion for, but they don't do it as well as you. If you're confident enough, I don't know how to hold a job. I've always been an entrepreneur since I was about 14 years old. I used to wash cars, cut grass, trim trees, paint houses, clean carpets. I'd take my mother carpet cleaner and go do other houses. Just a hustler, right? Just a young 14-year-old who knew how to make money. Now I'm a 58-year-old who still got those grassroots within me. Now I want to teach you how to do it. If you follow the plan, take my phone number, call me, contact me at any time. 702-349-0162. Call me. Let's get together. Let's bring. If you don't own a house, I want to hear from you. If you own a house and you don't have solar, I want to hear from you. I want to give you this renewable energy plan that we're working with right now and get you started. Get you tied up and go green. That's where we are. By 2050, this Nevada state will be going green. We'll be green. With renewable energy. Solar on your roof. Now, someone asked me last evening, can it only be mounted on the roof? Now, it's less expensive to be mounted on the roof. It can be mounted in the yard. There are brackets, but it costs you more because you got to buy the brackets that go with mounting elsewhere. Somebody say, I don't want it on my roof. Well, if you got the money, baby, get it set in the backyard. You know, whatever floats your boat. You got money, make it happen. Now, remember, you don't have to finance this solar. You can cash it out. And can you imagine cashing out solar? Man, you don't have a power bill. I mean, you don't have a panel bill because you don't have power, but you don't have a panel bill anymore. But I want you to make sure, get more than just specifically designed for your house, because that means you can't have any company. That means if today is hotter than yesterday and you want to run your system a little bit cooler, well, just know you may get a bill because you went above the capacity of the level of which you purchased. Did I make sense right there? If not, call me, 702-349-0162. I'm Greg Deville, the broker owner at Deville Realty Group, along with my lovely wife, the beautiful, the lovely Marquetta Deville. We're here every Thursday at 702.5 FM from 3 to 4 p.m. This is what we do. This is what we talk about, helping families create wealth through equity, get into the real estate market, get into residual income, and get into renewable energy. I have several businesses. You know, a wise man once told me a wealthy man have at least 5 streams of income. I got 6. And I love it. I'm having somebody say there's only 24 hours in a day. You just got to learn how to budget your time. Put people in position to help you build what you're growing. That's all. You don't have to do everything. Get qualified individuals. Educate them with what you know so that you can duplicate yourself and somebody can accomplish. There's somebody at the office doing something now. There's somebody at the other office doing something over there. Right? So that's how we do it. I'm going to get out of here for today. It's going to be a wonderful weekend. I hope you have a great one. I hope you have fun. Get together with your family and friends. Have a great time. Look at here. We want to make sure that next Thursday when I talk to you, I want to see about 5 or 6 of you all. Contact me. Reach out to me. Let's talk about the renewable energy. I want to make sure that you know what you need to know so that you can have it for yourself. If you don't have real estate, let me help you get real estate. If you own a home, you want to downsize using the equity in your home, you can do that. Take the equity, use it, put it on another home, rent that house out, and you have dual income. right? Because now that house is rented, paying off the mortgage, and you're getting the income from it. And then guess what you're going to do? You're going to have your own mortgage. Now you're going to get the house like the Williams family. They got the house with the pool they always wanted, with the balcony and a slide into the pool. Because they heard the Greg Deville show telling you you can do this with your equity. So if you want to know more, 702-349-0162. I'll talk to you next week, Las Vegas. You have fun. Have a great time, Henderson. Summerlin, where you at out there? I want to hear from you. Got to get this renewable energy up on your roof. Get this solar while you have a chance. It's no upfront cost, lease, option, purchase. Doesn't matter. $15,000 incentive. You can do it. I'm here to help you get that done. 702-349-0162. Till I talk to you next Thursday right here at Hot 702.5 FM. Guess what? I pray that God's best be yours.
Jones, hey, Greg Deville was at it, man. Hey, if you want the real, holla at Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in. We here to help. Now tune in. We here to help. You want to be a broker, you want to be broke. You want to be the joker, you want to be the joker. You got to bring more to the table than your hope, dreams, and wishing. I can feed you fish or I can take you out fishing. I can show you the vision, addition and division, mathematic equation. Make the money flip like an acrobatic, amazing. Greg Deville help you build the foundation. I'm saying, if you want the real, holla at Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in. We here to help. Now tune in. We here to help.